Okay. After PHP bitwise operators and PHP operators, increment, decrement, bitwise, we discuss about that. Unary operators means these operators, right? We discuss about that, and now actually we need to know about the PHP. Like we have to know about how form processing happens in PHP. So that is the most important section. Actually, with this part, we can just move to the last part of our web related things like PHP, how form processing happens. So when HTML form is created, basically, we learn about the HTML form elements, right? A form has different components, different input elements such as text input and also selection inputs, text inputs, various inputs, right? Form has various inputs, and those form elements can be easily processed in server side using PHP. So when you have these form elements, to process that using server side PHP, server side we are using PHP, right? Form elements in a sense like we can come up with a lot of, this is just actually a small form which is having two text box, actually three text boxes, and also it has one button, submit button, and also read only output, again text output for read only. That is basically taken for displaying something. That's why we are taking read only. Okay, so let's create small form using all the kind of form element. That doesn't matter. So let's see, let's create a form using all the kind of form elements. Okay, so here it is, and you can copy this now, start copying this now. Okay, I'll erase this part. Let's create the form, right? So this form is form name. Form name is FRMMD. FRMMD is form name, and method is post. Actually, there are two methods which a form can take. Okay, so then post, and the other one is get. If there's a get request, right? If there's a get request in form, the form is submitted through the URL. But if there's a, so let's say if there is a post request, then it is submitted secretly. Okay, let me create get request first. Get request first. Actually, I have created this end part. This end part comes when, especially when you need to upload files, right? End part, multi-part form data. End part use කරන්න පුළුවන් මෙතන post එකක් තියෙනවා නම් තමයි post එකක් එක්ක තමයි end part use කරන්නේ සාමාන්‍ය. Post with end part to upload files. Therefore, I'm removing that part. And I'm keeping this. Form name is form MD, method is get, and action is process.php. It is taking first name, last name, email, password, and profile picture. I don't want it that for the moment. So let's remove that. Let's add it in the next page. Right. So then a submit button. Actually, why I have included this in a why I have included this inside a table to align this properly, right? To align this properly, that's why I'm using a table. Actually, let's put the border also. Then you can understand why I have put that. So when I save this, let me access this by navigating to my local host. And the folder is my, seems SAMP is not running. MAMP. I have to run MAMP first. Okay, start it. After starting MAMP, it should run my local host. Still okay. Now it's loading. Seems now it's okay. You can see first name, last name, email, password, and those are there. This is how I have created, and this is the preview of that. The table is used to put this in the cells. And the last table, I am just merging the two columns because I just need to put the button. And if I remove the border, then like, let's remove the border to 0 or set the border to 0, then you can see only the alignment, but you cannot see anything else. So that's why I'm not using the border, because using border will make it ugly, like too many elements. But making border 0 will give you this kind of table. Okay, let's do this first, Pute. So please create this quickly and let me know once you're done. Next is like now we have this HTML form. Next is creating this process.php, right? So this is that's what I'm going to create now. And you have to save the process. So this index.php is actually, you have to don't double click this, right? Always load this to the server. But as a request here, localhost, and I have saved this in my folder. So let me show that. Okay, let me show that. In MAMP, this is in the htdocs, and this is my folder. In this my folder, you have this index.php. This is the folder actually. Button, you are not going to double click on this index and open. Instead of that, you do a request, localhost and the port, then then index.php. You do a request and then the response is this, my index.php. Yeah, index.php. Yes. Wait. Localhost. My, yes. Under that index.php. Then you are getting this. Because if you double click, PHP will not run. Then the process.php, the second file. So that is this. And in the process.php, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this. Let me uncomment, actually, let me make this a backup file, BAC2, and I'm going to create another new one for the process.php, because I won't create that from the beginning. PHP inside, actually, I'll save this in my folder, save as. I'll be saving inside SAM folder, inside application, SAM. Actually, my folder is MAMP. I'm using Mac OS. Therefore, I have installed MAMP and htdocs. Then inside my folder, I'm going to save this as process.php. In case if you're getting any error, please let me know, then I can help. The first thing I'm going to print R means print in an array. And I'm going to print get array from this. This is only one code, print R get. Okay, when I save my details, it's going to process.php, and you can see how the URL is edited. This will be asked in the examination. Exam එකේදී මේක අහනවා. URL එක කොහොමද edit වෙන්නේ? මේ තියෙන්නේ fn මේ question mark process.php question mark fn equal blank and ln equal blank and email equal blank and pass equal blank. Why this is coming? According to this index.php. So yes, my index here. No, not this one. According to the index.php, I'm sending first name, last name, email, and pass. First name, last name, email, and pass. I'm sending that to, actually, I'm sending these variable names. So you can see fn equal blank, ln equal blank, email equal blank, class equal blank. Why? Because I didn't mention anything. But if I mention something like this, first name, Dasun, and okay, something like this, Dasun, last name Sirimevan, and password, some password here. Then save my details. You can say first name equal Dasun and LN equal Sirimevan, email equal equals of this one, and pass equal, so you have the password. But it is not good to send password like this because it can be bookmarked. Here it can be bookmarked. Make a bookmark karama password එක ඕන කෙනෙකුට බලන්න පුළුවන් URL එකේ. හරි මේක bookmark එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා මේ URL එක මතක තියාගන්න පුළුවන්. Or anyone, someone can take a picture of this. Or someone can go to the history and view this URL. Any method in the history එකට ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න පුළුවන් මොන page එකද access කරේ කියලා. Bookmark කරන්න පුළුවන්. Someone can take a screenshot or photo. So anyway, this is not good. It's not a good method to send the password because password will be visible. The method අපි hide කරලා password එක type කරනවා. මෙතන දෙන්න කියමුකෝ ABC123. දැන් මෙතන පේන්නේ නැහැ කාටවත්. හැබැයි මේක submit කරාට පස්සේ මෙතන ABC AB123 ඔන්න එක පේනවා. හරි ඒක හොඳ නැහැ. හැබැයි server එකට යන්න වෙනවා කොහොමද? Server need to get that. You can see fn equal and ln. All these variables are now in server. That's why it's printing as an array. Otherwise, this array will be empty. Okay, that is the first code that you are going to write. Please write this code and check whether you are getting this in your process.php. Print R, print underscore R, $_ get, and tell me whether you are getting that. So that is the first experiment we are going to do. Are you getting that? If not, tell me, then I can check your string, check by sharing your string. Print R, $_ get. If the request, if the method is paused, here in index.php, if the method is paused, if I use paused, sorry, this one. If I use paused here, then I have to access that using $_ post, right? Since I use get, I'm accessing $_ get. If I use post, it is $_ post. Okay, let me know if you are getting that without an error. First of all, you have to run SAM. You have to run SAM first of all. Apache එක run කරන්න ඕන. Apache MySQL නම් දැනට ඕනේ නැහැ, but command එකක් run කරන්න Apache and MySQL. Please run that. Otherwise, it won't load, right? Because server should be running. Now go to the web browser and do the request from the server. Now server should respond. Index කියලා එකක් නැහැ. Just go to localhost and your folder name AL. Localhost and then AL/AL. T දෙකක් වැදුනා. Localhost/AL. Press enter. Okay, now we are getting the form now. Button එක දාලා නැද්ද? Can you show me the code? Button is missing there. Input type, submit, name, save my details, quotation. After save my details, the quotation is missing. Save it again and refresh the web page and see. Should be coming there. Okay, now click on the button. Okay, you can see in the URL submitting details, but process.php, I think the file is missing. That's why it's giving like that. You have to go to your PHP code. Can you include that file now? Yes. You didn't create that, right? File new, take file new. Go to file menu and new file. And start with the PHP tags. PHP. Question, less than mark, question. Less than and question mark PHP. Oh, less than mark, less than mark, simple in type kara. Less than mark type karana mulinga. PHP syntax, remember that. We did that last day also. Then question mark, then simple PHP. Then press enter. Press, no, PHP is not a tag. Just enter, press enter. And again, question mark, greater than mark. Question mark and greater than. This is how greater than. Greater than. Shift right. Now go up, go to the middle and write the code. So this is how you create PHP files. Save the file now. Please save the file first. Arakat ලියලම ඉන්නකො printer එක share එක අයින් කරන්න කලින් save as, and please save that file in file save as. Go to file save as and save it as process.php in your AL folder, process.php. See that it has created wrong file, process.php/txt. Again, go file save as, go to file save as. No, you can do that in there also. File save as process.php, but here change it to all files. Or PHP files. If you have PHP files, you can mention PHP. Is it there, PHP? Yes, select that. Now, oh, again double PHP. Can you see? Read the name. So one PHP you have removed. Always be careful before process.php. Okay, save it. Okay, now you have the correct file. And inside that, go to this location, press enter. Go to the first line, end of the first line, and press enter. End of the first line. End of the first line and press enter there. And start writing your code over there. What you have to write? Print R, the function. This is a PHP function. Print underscore R. You can see the function print underscore R. Not dash. Print underscore R. Shift press with the shift key. Print underscore R, simple R. Then within bracket $_ get. Within brackets Varahan. It's a function. Print underscore R within bracket $_ capital GET. Capital get. Close the bracket and semicolon. Close the bracket and semicolon, then save it. Semicolon, this is colon. So not this, you have to remember these characters, right? Otherwise you're in big trouble. Save this and see. Save this and go to your website, submit it and see whether it's displaying these things. You can refresh this too. One thing is you can refresh. Okay, you are getting empty because you have not submitted anything. Go back. Go back. No. Go back. Not there. Go back in the browser and type some values and see whether it's appearing in the browser. Okay, you can see those values are appearing, but URL is also updating. That is the most critical thing because passwords, you can see the password there. So that is not correct thing, right? Password is going to the URL. It's not correct. So what you can do, you can use post instead of that. Shall we use post? Instead of get, go to the code, use post here. Here, POST, post. Change get to post. POST. That is how you receive the information in the server side. And go to your index file, save it. After saving, go to your index file. Index file, please. Here, no. In the text editor, go to your index file. I think this one, I think you are having some issues. Ne? Seems this subject you have not done. Okay, so here, please change the form method to post. Post, because now we are going to secretly submit information. Post. Better capital post, but simple post will also work. That doesn't matter. So capital simple won't issue, but it's as a practice, the post get those variables we are using capitals as a practice. Okay, please go to the web browser and request your page now again from the beginning. Go back and refresh the page again. Okay, now submit, put your information over there and submit the page again. Now you can see nothing is going through the URL, but everything is sent to the server, right? URL is empty, but you can see with the array information here with the array is similar to list in Python, right? In Python, this is similar to a list. You can see this array is sending the details, but URL, you cannot bookmark the URL, it is empty. It's only mentioned the process.php, but not mentioning about other variables. But how URL is generated using how URL is generated using get request, you have to tell that. So that is compulsory, right? You have to tell that how URL is generated, right? So that is must. How to do that actually here? So when there's a get request, because this question was asked in the examination, that's why I'm telling you. This question is asking in this examination. Process.php, then the question mark. After that, the first variable. First variable is taken from the first form element. Here, first form element. Sorry, not this. First form element. First form element, that is input type text name equal fn. That is fn, and value given for that. Then the next form element ln. Question mark fn equal Dasun me URL එක එන විදිහ අහලා තියෙනවා exam එකේ. එතකොට process.php question mark fn equal Dasun and ln equal Nilanjana and email equal this one and pass equal this one. දැන් මෙහෙම එකකුත් තියෙනවා get request එකේදී if someone edit URL, okay, let's say I'm going to edit the URL as Kasun and press enter. Now you can see here also the value is changing. That is the thing, right? එතකොට URL එකේ යවනකොට තව එකක් තියෙනවා. කාට හරි මේක වෙනස් කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. ln equal Nilanjana නැතුව මේනක කියලා මම වෙනස් කරනවා. You can see it's affecting here. එතකොට get request එකේ අවුල ඕක තමයි. Get request is good, but Google search වගේ දෙයකට ඒ වගේ එකකට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. දැන් මම google.com question mark q equal මම දානවා q equal hello කියලා. එතකොට Google search කරනවා hello කියන එක මේ. ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑනේ. ඕන කෙනෙක් මේක වෙනස් කරත් අවුලක් නෑ. නැත්නම් q equal Dasun plus Nilanjana. එතකොට යා Dasun space Nilanjana කියලා එක ගන්න. Right in the search. That doesn't matter. Because searching තව කෙනෙක් දැනගත්තට කමන්නේ. හැබැයි password එකක් තව කෙනෙක් දැනගන්න එක ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඒකයි මම කිව්වේ. That's why I said please change that to post. Okay, now you know the difference between get and post requests. My next advice. Okay, now we have created that and also the PHP process.php, that part it is done. Print our $_get. Instead of that, now let's use some variables. Dollar first name equal, you can say $_, let's say post. Let's use post, right? Post fn. We are going to save this in a PHP variable. PHP variable is $fn, and this is what I'm getting. That is from this index.php one. Right here also I'm going to change this to post. Save it. Okay, first name, then the other variables. First name is needed, then the last name ln, then the email, then the password. So are these correct? I have to go and recheck. In my index.php, what are the variable name? First name, last name, email, pass. Okay, correct. I have taken that here. Now, after taking that, what I'm going to do? First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to display this. Okay, to display, I'm echoing back, or I can print it. I'm echoing back. The first name here should be L name. I need different variables. Here it should be email. Or em, something like that. Em, this is email, and this is password psw. Okay, I'm echoing something like this. So echo your name. After that, concatenate. Adding that, I'm adding your name, then some colon mark, concatenation, add in dollar first name and add in a space to middle and add in the last name. This is how you join strings by concatenation in PHP. And after that, I just want a BR to go to the next line. So I'm adding that BR also. That is to go to the next line. Okay, your name, then your email, your password. Okay, let's do that quickly. Your email, your password. Your email is actually the email. Let me, since you joined later, so you are a little bit late to the class. I hope that you'll be able to catch, but for the moment, please listen, right? For the moment, please listen. First name, email, and then what? First name is there, email is there, then the password. Email can EM again. EM and password is PSW. Right? So you have to watch the video again since you miss it. You can watch the video again and learn that. That doesn't matter, but try to. So sometimes you might have some other issue because of that, you might late, but try to log in on time then. So you won't miss. Otherwise, if you miss that, like it will be little difficult to you. But I know that you can catch that from the recording, but it's not possible to watch recordings again and again. No, sometimes you don't have time to do that. That's why. Because I have already logged into a analysis and she got some error. I have corrected that mistakes and also you what I can do small help you. So I'll send you the file. Right, then otherwise like you will take more time to do that. So this is my index.php file. I have sent all the codes in the chat. Just copy and create the index.php file. And this is my process.php file. And I'm copying that also. Actually, that need not to be copied. You can type that. You can start typing that. So this one you have to save in your SAM folder, right? Create this file as a notepad file and save that in your SAM folder if you have installed SAM. If you have not installed SAM, it's okay. So then you have to just wait, but better you have installed SAM. Right, okay, I'll send this code also. Let's try to do this anyhow. And then අපරාදෙනි වගේ දවස. එහෙනම් මේ දෙකම හදා ගන්න බලන්න. Okay, let's try to create that. I'll send both codes. Please copy and paste, then I'll explain again, right? And let me know if you're getting any errors. Okay, now I have done like here, this is my form, and form is just I use to give the inputs, right? Form, I just use that to actually collect the input. This is the form, and this is my form, right? So using this to collecting the input, and then then I'm using after submitting that form, right? Here I'm getting all the details except my email. So why my email is missing? Something wrong in my code maybe. Yeah, I'm sending email, but how I'm getting that? In email here, email. So there's a mistake. So that's why I asked whether you have done it correctly. I'm not sure, Senali, have you done it correctly? Because I even had a mistake. So okay. Then type in the first name, last name, the password. Yes, here you are getting first name, last name, then the email, then the password. Okay, I'm getting all the details. Here there was a spelling mistake. Right, okay, now everything is okay. I'm getting details. So now it's the time to actually learn about databases. So now we know data can be submitted, right? Data can be submitted using HTML form, and it can be collected in the server end using PHP. Okay. HTML is submitting, PHP is collecting, right? Both ends, right? Client side they can submit karnawa, server side they can collect karagan. In the client side we are submitting, server side it's collecting, and this actually here we are the client and we are the server. එතකොට අපි මේ කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? server එකෙන් request එකක් කරනවා. server එකෙන් request එකක් කරාම මේ page එක දෙනවා. client විදියට ඊට පස්සේ මම data enter කරනවා. මේ enter කරන data ටික මම submit කරාම server එකේට ඒ data යනවා කියන එක තමයි මෙතනින් ඔක්කො වෙන්නේ. server is collecting that data. Okay, so websites are not that simple. Websites are not that simple, but after collecting this, server need to save this somewhere. Right? After collecting this, okay, let's think that you are logging to Facebook. Then we are submitting our information using the form making up information submit karna. And after submitting, Facebook server, they are collecting that information from the server side. The Facebook server Gmail log we are submitting our information, and the other hand server is collecting the information. We are submitting and server is collecting. But when we are submitting, server is collecting. Not just that, after that server will load data from its database. That is where the database concepts are coming. Database concepts in we are submitting and server is receiving. After that, server need to save that in the database. Okay, so how we are going to learn database today? So to do that, actually you need to install, again you need to install SAMP in your computer, right? I think in this process also you need to do some practicals. Senali, if possible, try to join using your laptop or desktop if you have any. If you don't have, that doesn't matter. But if you don't have, I'll suggest you another solution. You can practice this in using this website, right? MySQL online compiler. You can go to this MySQL online compiler. I better go to extends class. Right? Oh, let's create a small then you can write the commands, and let's do something like in mobile phone also you can do this part. Let's go to this website, tutorials point and execute SQL online, right? And here first of all, so what I'm going to do is here you can see the example, right? Here you can see the example. Actually this example is showing how to create a database. I'll give you the theory part next day. Let's do the practical today. I'll explain the theory part next day. Okay, the first thing is, first command that you can write is, after login to the database, you can go and show databases. I'll show this in online environment as well as I'll show this in, right? I'll show this in online environment, right? And I'll show this in show databases. Okay, it's giving an error. I'll show this in real environment too. Actually, to log into the real environment, I'm using my terminal. In your case, you can use your command prompt. So this is what happening. When log into the database, actually inside the MAMP, there's something right here inside MAMP on the preferences. Here you can see MySQL server, right? You can select that server, and I would like to show this from the beginning using another computer. Senali, can you share your screen? Can you share your screen? Just want to show this. from beginning. Okay. So first thing is go to your browser, Senali. Go to your web browser and search for SAMP download. This is what missing. This is what actually that NetMe, she don't know about that. I think she has not come to that session. First thing that you want to do is SAMP download. XAMPP, then space download. Next day you have to do this, Pute, right? Next day you have to do this, and after the class, please take a call. Then I'll explain how to set up your environment, right? Because setting up the environment is required to do the practicals. Otherwise, like, so it will be difficult to you because this is a new lesson. This is a new lesson. When we begin this new lesson, database, I think you have to learn that from the beginning. Okay, then go to this download SAMP link. Yes, first one. When you go to download SAMP link, even in mobile phone, I'm not sure that SAMP environment is there. In the App Store, let's say. No, SAMP is not there in the mobile environment. Okay, so here actually you have to select the first one. May SAMP download, okay, you have to select the first one and start download that. And after that, you can install that. Okay, for the moment, you can cancel this because you don't want that. You have already downloaded. And after downloading, you can install it. Okay, after installing, you will get SAMP control panel. Can you browse that? Search for SAMP control panel. That is after downloading and installing. පුතේ ඔයාට පුළුවන් ද net me මේ මම මේ කියන ගමන් ඔයාගේ laptop එකකින් හරි computer එකකින් හරි මේ ටික කරන්න? Is it possible to you to do that? Or is it difficult? Do you have facility to do that? Using your laptop or other thing? Can you send your reply to the chat? Is it possible to you to do? Okay. You are using computer or laptop? Anything is okay, right? Anything is okay. Right, then go to SAMP. First of all, download SAMP and install that SAMP to your, okay. Download and install that to your computer. Next day, try to join with laptop. Next day, try to join with the laptop. Then it will be easier for you. Because you can do the practicals as she's doing, same time, while doing the class. Then you can tell me, you can show me whether there are errors. Then I can help you troubleshoot it through computer. ඇත්තටම ඉගෙන ගන්න. ඔය 165 ඔයාලට කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් practical එක exam එකේදී පාඩම් කරන්න ඕන නැහැ. Because you can practice this again and again. Okay, after downloading and installing SAMP, can you show the control panel? Not in the image, but the image එක නෙමෙයි search කරන්න. Just go to Windows and search. Click on the Windows button. පුතේ මේ එතන search කරන්නකො SAMP control කියලා SAMP. මෙන්න මේ වගේ එකක් තමයි වට එන්නේ. After downloading and installing, you will get something like this. ඒකේ start කරන්න ඕන මෙන්න මේක. You have to start the first one. Stop කරන්නකො දැනට ඒ දෙකම. Can you stop both? No. Stop this one and stop both. Okay, normally එන්නේ මෙන්න මේ වගේ. Normal view you can see like this. Then if you want to start running web server, you have to start this, the first one. That will start your web server. So green color එකෙන් එනවා. This green color will indicate that you have the web server. Then MySQL, that is the database server. Start that also. Okay, after that you can see that it is also started and port එකක් දෙනවා. Port means the gate to access that. Okay, gate to access that, and you can see both. But after starting Apache and MySQL both in the control panel, you can go to shell. Shell. No, not there. Here, shell. You can see the shell. Right? Then it will show that in here you are in CSAMP, showing that. Can you type MySQL there? MySQL, MySQL, MySQL. Enter. Okay, you are getting error. And access denied for user scenario and localist using password no. So then you have to type MySQL space -u space root space -p. Enter. Again enter. Okay, this is how you access the MySQL terminal or the shell, right? So this is how you access the MySQL terminal. Okay, that you have to write down. So after installing SAM, how to access MySQL shell. Okay, I will give you a note related to that you can write down. And I think I think you are doing with me. Maybe still it's downloading. That doesn't matter. I will slow down, and if possible, I will like slow down until next week. Then I can help both of you. But don't miss the classes because we are doing practicals. Don't miss the classes. Try to be on time. Okay, let me write that note quickly, right? Okay, please write down as a note. So let it download and please write down this as a note. Write down the new heading, connecting with MySQL DBMS. We can use, under that please write, we can use HTML forms to, input data into the website. We learned that data can be accessed using PHP in server side, and read by and process it. MySQL is a database management system which will let us save these data for later use, retrieve, update, and delete those. So retrieve, or you can write obtain, retrieve, obtain. It should be VE, right? Sorry. Update and delete those. CRUD, we call them CRUD functions. C means create. C for create. R for retrieve. U for update. D for delete. Okay, so under relational databases, we need to learn some terms. First one is field. A set of related data items in same category. A set of related data items in same category listed under the field name. These are actually placed in columns. These are placed in columns. Then record. A set of related field values creating a meaningful set of information related to an entity. Entity can be a person, thing, or concept. Then relation. Actually, these are placed in rows, right? Placed in rows. Then relation. A set of related records. A set of related records. A set of related records under a single domain. A set of related records under single thing, single entity. We call relation. Relational database. A set of related and interlinked relations or tables. Actually, another name for relation is a table. Okay, why I have shifted the theory because I just need Netmi to come to the same place with the same environment, otherwise she will be late, and that's why I'm just thinking about shifting to theory quickly. And next day I'll do that practical. Before the after the class, please give me a call today, then I can help you setting up the environment to the next day class, so that will be easier for you. I'm trying to help you, right? Okay, please write down this, and I'll show this practically. Sorry, I'll show this using an illustration image. So let me open. And this is actually not from your syllabus. I'm just showing this. I think you have already done this, but in case if you cannot remember, just refer to this one. In case if you cannot remember. Okay, see here. So this is a relational database. The concept came from grade 10. Actually, in case if you cannot remember, just giving you. So this is relational database. It has relations. Relations means these tables. Tables are having fields. Fields means this name, student number, date of birth. These are fields. Related data items. Student number, numbers. names කියන්නේ ඔක්කොම නම්. එතකොට date of birth කියන්නේ ඔක්කොම date of birth. admission date of admission එකට දාලා තියෙන්නේ මොකක්ද? ඒක නම් වැරදි. parent name මම හිතන්නේ මේ දාලා තියෙන්නේ. parent name, it's all parent names. So they are fields. These are fields. එතකොට මෙතනක් තියෙනවා මේ student number, all are numbers, book number, all are numbers, borrowed date, all are dates, return date, all are dates. So these are relations. එතකොට මේ relation එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධයි. Here student number, here also student number. So we will learn that primary, this is primary key and this is foreign key. We learn that, right? Don't worry, we will learn that from the beginning again. Right? Then මේ අතර තියෙනවා තමයි records කියලා කියන්නේ. These are records. Horizontally you have records. Here record, another record. Here you have 4 records. 1 2 3 4. Here you have 1 2 3 4 fields, 4 records. And now I think you have an idea what is a relational database. Actually we are going to set up this relational database using coding. අපි coding වලින් ඔය relational database එක හදන්නයි යන්නේ. ඒක තමයි database පාඩමේදී ඉගෙන ගන්න. Okay, so please write down this and let me know. Take a snapshot of this. So will be important. Take a snapshot of this. Will be important to you. Let me know after finishing. Right, now let me, your download is finished or still waiting? Still it's in the queue. Have you downloaded and installed? If so, tell me, right? Because I'm just waiting till you finish that. Right, okay. Now let's try to, so now we should know this table, relation, now we know the terms. What we are going to do now using this MySQL, MySQL is actually 4th generation programming language. So we learn, this is a high level language, it's a very easy one. You will get questions from MySQL in examination and you'll be getting around 10 to 15 marks there. Let me, have you finished downloading and installing? Or still doing? If so, tell me. I think it's still going on. Maybe my line is not clear to you. Don't know why response is not coming. Okay, anyway, so I'll proceed, right? So in the relational databases, we have relations or the tables. These tables are interlinked. These tables are having records. The records are actually created using fields. Fields are created using data. We can do that. Now we are going to do that using code. Okay, after running this, Senali, can you just share me the screen? I'll show you some steps to do this. Can you share the screen again? Okay, please go to the shell. Now you are in the DBMS. Go to the shell that you have recently opened. You have closed it. Okay, again open it. Go to SAMP and then go to the shell. Shell, yes. You have to open both services. Then what is the command? MySQL space -u space -u space root. You are telling user is root, not minus root, right? User is root, just root. Okay, then -p, you have to use the keyboard to move. No, you have to use the keyboard to move. Keyboard decking and no keys wali. Minus root neme puti, it's only root. Then use the keyboard to move. Space, oh, not there. After that space, -p. -p is password that you are going to give the password. Press enter. And again enter. You are in here. MariaDB is again similar to this MySQL DBMS. And now you can ask your database management system, is there any tables? So to ask that, we are using a small command, show tables. Show space tables. So see how easy this. So if you know just English, right? So it's nothing. Then semicolon. After that, you have to put the semicolon. Because a semicolon, right? This is colon, semicolon. Then press enter. and it will show you, okay, no database, not show tables, but they show databases. Show, no, you have to type it again. Type it again, show databases. Databases. Okay, then you can see the databases. Right, okay. Then you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This by default there are 5 databases. Okay, let's select one database. Use, you have typed the command use, 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 space, then test. Just you can see the database name here. උතන තියෙන database එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න මම commands තුනයි අද කියලා දෙන්නේ. ඊට වැඩි කියලා දෙන්නේ නැහැ. එකක් තමයි log වෙන command එක. So please write down this somewhere. This is very important. Then how to see the table databases, show databases command. Then use test, yes, semicolon again. So this is actually to select a database. This will select particular database, this test database. Semicolon, use test, then semicolon. Put semicolon, press enter. That will change your database. Right, now you can type this command, show tables. If you want to see the tables inside, you can type show tables. Okay, only 4 commands. Show tables, and it will show all the tables in the test database. Empty set means you don't have any tables. Okay, we learned 4 commands. Please write down this in your book. Login into SQL. How you are logging into SQL? Just write down this quickly. This is how you log into SQL. That command is very important. Then how to show the tables, how to show the databases. That command is also important. Then how to use or how to change the database. That is also. Then how to see the tables under that database. I said that databases are created using tables. Okay, these 4 commands, very important. Write down this in your book. These commands are very important. Please write down this in your book. Okay, so with that, I think we have to stop for today because your friend need to set up the environment, and I'll wait till she set up that. I think next week we can start with both doing the practicals. Sidhum is missing today. So I think we have to send the video to him as well. I'll send that to him. And okay, then let's meet next day, Pute. Then good night. See you all next week. Let me please give me a call. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night.